All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So with Hogwarts Legacy just over the horizon, and with all of the news that we're hearing about the upcoming Wizarding game, needless to say, the hype is immense. However, there is some details that we were given regarding exclusives coming to Hogwarts Legacy, specifically on the PlayStation 5. And as I talked about in my previous video, people are pretty upset, but that was before we got details regarding the new quest. I'd like to preface this by saying that we knew that we would have exclusive content on PlayStation 5. However, the scale of that exclusive content was unknown until recently. With that in mind, there's obviously going to be controversy amongst the communities on other platforms on whether or not this is a big deal or something that no one should really care for. We're going to talk about that and all of the other details we got regarding the Haunted Hogsmeade quest, which, if you didn't know by now, will allow players to own their very own shop in Hogsmeade. I'm also going to talk about some news regarding new gameplay that will be revealed soon, so we're going to go over that news as well as a few other things, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video because you guys do not want to miss out on everything. Also, real quick, guys, I'm giving away a PlayStation 5 and a game of your choice. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, comment your Twitter handle, follow me on Twitter, and tweet me proof that you're subscribed. The winner will be announced at 65k subs. Starting things off, let's go ahead and go into some of the details regarding the Haunted Hogsmeade quest and the shop. The official name of the shop that PlayStation players will obtain on their journey through Hogwarts Legacy is the Haunted Hogsmeade shop, a shop where not everything is exactly what it may seem in the eyes of an aspiring wizard or witch in the magical world. Cassandra Mason has this said shop and is very keen on selling it, not to just anyone, but to you, the player. Why that may be is something for us players to find out to get to the bottom of what is going on with this shop that we will come to own. The shop itself is nothing really special when it comes to looks or anything like that. It's an old rundown establishment that will need a lot of TLC and a lot of investigating into why Madam Mason is so eager to sell it. As we spoke before, this quest line will be exclusive to PlayStation and will end up rewarding you with your own shop in Hogsmeade where you could sell gear and items at a better rate than anywhere else. You'll get an exclusive shopkeeper's cosmetic set, which looks absolutely stunning and really shows off that you know what it means to run your own shop while still being a student at Hogwarts. That leads us to the next part of the exclusivity that we've talked about before. If you pre-order any PS4 or PS5 version of Hogwarts Legacy, you'll gain access to the Felix Felicis potion recipe. Now, for those of you who aren't exactly caught up on their Harry Potter lore, the Felix Felicis potion is more commonly known as liquid luck. The potion makes whoever consumes said potion very lucky and fortunate for a period of time and will find their odds of doing something otherwise without the potion extremely high. Now, if we take it to in-game, this potion will reveal gear chests on the mini-map for one in-game day, so needless to say, it will be your lucky day when exploring Hogwarts and its surrounding areas. Now, I'm not sure if it will increase the rarity level of the content that's in those chests. I'm guessing the gear chests will be predetermined regardless of your liquid luck status or not. Now, while you do get this recipe for pre-ordering for PS4 or PS5, that's still exactly what it is, only the recipe. You will still have to make the most of your potions lessons and acquire the resources to brew the bottle of liquid luck. That will be located in the player's room of requirement. But that's not all. PlayStation players will also have an exclusive dungeon with what can only be assumed as of right now to be an exclusive gear to that dungeon. This dungeon is completely additional to PlayStation's version of the game and comes along with the Haunted Hogsmeade shop. Needless to say, PlayStation players are making out like a bandit with these exclusives, which is understandable. PlayStation paid for marketing rights for Hogwarts Legacy, and that's just an industry practice. It happens with a lot of games. Timed exclusives is something that PlayStation does quite often. And as I stated in my last video, as unfortunate as that is, that's just a reality of the industry. But I feel like locking behind an entire quest line could be taking things a little bit too far. But let's talk about how this may or may not affect other platforms players. Obviously, with these exclusives only being available for the PlayStation platforms and the fact that it's a pretty game-changing exclusive at that, players on PlayStation are going to have access to a lot of different items and world choices that will not be available for the rest of the player base. Looking at purely what we know now, PlayStation players will be getting the recipe for liquid luck, a shop where they can sell items and such for high rates, which makes them more money to spend and progress their character, a very nice looking cosmetic set to show off that they are shopkeepers, and last but certainly not least, and probably the biggest one, is there's going to be an exclusive dungeon with the possibility of exclusive drops only for PlayStation players. Now, while I do agree that there's nothing inherently wrong with different platforms getting exclusives, something like this very obviously will be an advantage for only PlayStation players. And I mean, personally, coming from the PC standpoint, I'd love to get my own shop in Hogsmeade. I don't know if that's going to remove the possibility of me getting a shop in Hogsmeade, or if it's just specifically that Haunted Hogsmeade shop is something that I would really like clarified. So if you guys have that information, let me know in the comment section. But if that ends up not being the case, that would be super weird. I personally would love to have my own shop in Hogsmeade, at least to where I'm able to get even more immersed in the world and be able to interact with the world even more. Like I said, it was expected for there to be favorites when it came to this game, especially getting closer and different things that might differ between platforms. But this is potentially hours of content that other players will not be able to experience themselves on their first playthrough and only be able to see either through their friends' playthroughs or YouTube videos that are showing it off. Overall, this doesn't set the right tone for what may come along as we get closer to the game releasing and what may come after the game is released. It's really a slippery slope at the end of the day. We likely will never be able to see the terms of the deal between PlayStation and Hogwarts Legacy, but I just hope they keep it to the scale that it's at right now and not really get egregious with it as time goes. Right now, it's not bad, it's manageable, and the community is just gonna kind of forget about it as the game releases. Now, for those of you that would like to play the Haunted Hogsmeade quest on PC or Xbox, or even the Nintendo Switch at that matter, they will be granting access to the Haunted Hogsmeade quest on February 10th, 2024. So a year after the game releases, you'll be able to play the Haunted Hogsmeade and get your own Haunted Hogsmeade shop a year after the game is released. So PlayStation was able to retain 1-year exclusivity, which is generally a normal practice whenever it comes to PlayStation exclusive stuff. Now, this in itself is also kind of unfortunate news because I was hoping it would be something like a 6-month after type deal, but nope, it's going to be 1 year after. Now, if you play on PC, who knows what the modding community can do? Maybe we'll be able to get our own Haunted Hogsmeade shop on PC because of mods, but at this point, it is not going to be possible. Next up, I want to talk about some news regarding new Hogwarts Legacy gameplay coming very soon. The last gameplay that we got was, of course, during the State of Play, but it's looking like we're going to be getting even more gameplay coming soon, and this is, of course, according to the community manager, Chandler Wood, on Twitter. He stated, and I quote, "It's been a busy summer. We hope you like what we've shown you so far, and even with summer at an end, we're already working hard on the next thing, and the next, and the next. No specifics yet, but we're keenly aware that you've been asking to see more gameplay." Now, if you don't keep up with Hogwarts Legacy on Twitter or their YouTube channel, then you probably don't know what's coming next. As you guys saw from the tweet, he talked about summer coming to an end. On their YouTube video, they have 2 ASMR videos, the first one being a rainy spring night ASMR, and that was posted 4 months ago. And then 1 month ago, they posted Hogwarts Legacy a hot summer day. So if that means what I think it means, we should be getting the next ASMR video posted on their YouTube channel, which will be 20 minutes of footage from the autumn season. If you guys are watching this video on September 22nd, then the gameplay video is probably already out of the autumn video that they posted on their channel. September 22nd just so happens to be the first day of fall, so that's likely what they're gonna do, and for that reason I cannot be more excited. There's nothing like going to sleep to some Hogwarts Legacy ASMR videos, so the more content we get from that, the better. Hopefully they give us some tidbits and Easter eggs showcasing the castle, including places we have not seen yet, which would be super awesome. I'll definitely be covering those details in an upcoming video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Going back to the main topic of this video, how do you guys feel about the announcement of this exclusive content? I'm happy PlayStation players are being able to experience such content and be able to dive more into the world that I personally love and have loved since I was a child. For that reason, I will be picking the game up on PlayStation 5 and PC, and I just gotta say, Hogsmeade is one of my favorite areas aesthetically and environmentally. I personally look forward to having my own shop there, where we'll feel like I'm making even more of an impact on the in-game story and world building. Either way, guys, I am super stoked to see this game release and see what comes after the launch, to see if there will be any more exclusive content or not. I personally think there probably won't be, and hopefully this doesn't turn people away from the game and people are still excited to see this game release and be successful. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap it up with this video. Do me a favor and enter that PlayStation 5 giveaway. This is a perfect time for you guys to pick up a copy of the Hogwarts Legacy on the PS5, especially if you don't have a PS5 and you want to play this new exclusive quest. I'm giving away a PS5. The winner will be announced at 65k subs. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.